Hey everybody, welcome to the weekly energy report. So happy to be back. I skipped a week. I do acknowledge that I skipped a week. It's been a crazy time. I mean, we all know December is crazy. Everyone's running around. We're doing all of these things. We're getting ready for the holidays. We're getting ready to start a new year. And no matter what you believe about resolutions or not, it still is like a newness of spirit. It's kind of like a renewal energy. I decorated. See, I decorated. I dyed my hair green. I'm calling it spearmint or watermelon ombre or watermelon spearmint, Jolly Rancher dream. I don't know. Hit me with your best names for this. Anyways, I really thought, why not just celebrate the holidays in a crazy Erin way, Erin inspirational way. That's how I do. And, I have this belief that when we say over and over, and I just said it, December's crazy, you got to do this, and there's all this stuff, we have a choice. We have a choice whether to get sucked into the maelstrom of, oh my goodness, it's crazy, it's too much, I have too much to do, and we really miss and let what's really important pass us by. And I think that we get to think really seriously and deeply about what is the purpose, what is the meaning and the reason for the holidays for me. Each person is different. So the holidays for me mean a time to reflect. And when I say holidays, I'm meaning Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah, the whole holiday season, right? It really feels like a time to reflect, to look on what we've done for the whole year. If we really feel happy, if we really feel fulfilled, if we feel like we've really committed to ourselves in a big way. So I'll ask you, do you feel like you have committed to yourself in a big way that has pushed you forward? And if not, what is holding you back? What is blocking you? And if you don't know, that's good too. That's fine too. That's actually like a perfect space to be able to create anything you want, really. If you don't know, then that's perfect. Because from that space of not knowing and from a space of what do, you can create anything. So it's really about getting into the desire. What do you want? And when you tap into that, into what you want, and you tap into a space of just feeling that in your body, those things can start to come to you. But what happens is we block them by all of this crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy. So, there's, the more that you say something, the more that you say like, the holidays are always crazy for me, always. When you say those words, it's almost like you're putting a spell on yourself. When you say it over and over again, it becomes your reality. So if you were to switch that reality up and just be like, you know what, the holidays for me are just about laying around and being with family. And when you embody that, then it becomes less crazy. It becomes just fun. It becomes about, like I said, the reflection and the sitting in a space of self-acceptance and self-love and being okay with what you've done or what you feel like you haven't done, So what I want to talk about, so I'm doing this again, this thing that I never do, which is not planning what I'm going to say during these videos. Sometimes, I used to have a perfect structure and everything needed to be just so. And if I messed up one thing, I'd have to start the video over and I'd do video after video after video. And now I just let that go. So a big thing that I get to when I thought to myself, what have I not committed to? What do I get to commit to? How do I do that? One of the things is being messy and just not having a plan and seeing what happens. And by doing that, I will build trust in myself, how I am, period. How I am when I'm messy, how I am when things just happen. And realizing, it may be confusing and weird and I don't know what I'm going to do the next second or what that's going to lead to. But that could create a whole different life that is amazing and taps into different things I've never seen or heard or a perspective I haven't looked at before because I was too focused on it being a certain way. Mercury retrograde strikes again. Mercury retrograde started on December 3rd and it's going till the 22nd. And I don't know about you guys, but all of these technological things have been happening to me, and it just, well, my video just cut off. So I'm going to go ahead and blame that on Mercury retrograde. So that actually reminds me, that's kind of like the universe giving me a reminder, like, remember to bring that up. That Mercury retrograde started on the 3rd and like I said, goes to the 22nd. So don't sign any big contracts. Don't get married. Just don't sign any big contracts is all I'm saying. Oh, look, I cut the deck right to the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is all about rest, relaxation, breathing, and this is a big message for Christmas time, right? Just like I was talking about, letting go of the idea of what Christmas needs to look like. It doesn't look, what it needs to look like is what you want to make it, which is, like I said, for me, it's about resting, relaxing, and just having a good time and loving everyone that's around me and loving, like I decorated. That's what I did. I'm not buying any gifts this year. You know, you get to decide what you want to do. So, I mean, those with children probably don't have that, that freedom. But for me, I mean, I might get my niece something, but even if I didn't, she would be fine with that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would call her and say, I love you, and have a phone conversation with her, because Christmas is about, for me, also connecting with family. So it's amazing what one phone call to a person and a deliberate, honest, intimate, loving phone call and conversation with a loved one could do if you don't feel like you have the money or you feel like you're too crazy, etc., etc. I think we get too caught up in the gifts and everything like that. Gifts are nice, but it's really important that we tap into this rest and relaxation and letting it just happen, not taking it so, the more that we say it's crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy, it's always crazy, then that's how it's going to be. So we get to have control over our lives because we're adults, and we get to say, this is how I want it to look, and we make it that way. Period. Period. Okay? So that is the first card I'm looking at. So as I was, like, before I started this video, I was kind of opening up to spirit and kind of speaking out loud about it and saying, like, what should I focus on? I didn't want it to be too big of a plan or anything thought out, but what I really heard and felt was about being unique, being different, being yourself, and not being what everyone wants you to be. I think that also taps into this energy of, you know, the holidays plus resting and relaxing. It's like, I feel like a lot of this Christmas craze that people go through is that it's the pressure on ourselves. And it's this thing of, this is how it needs to look. This is what I need to do. And so what, you know, Spirit is telling us is just be you. Just be unique. Be yourself. Be whatever, make it whatever you want it to be, right? And I think that's a really important thing to have around this time of year. I'm going to pull 2 more cards, and then I'm going to end the video. I don't want this to be too long. I also wanted to tell you guys that in the next probably in the next month, I'm going to be starting private coaching. So my private coaching is basically like a mixture of therapy and life purpose coaching. So if you're looking for, because really, if we're about to step into our purpose, there's a lot of blocks to that have to do with self-worth and self-confidence. So what my personal one-to-one coaching is about is getting into those the emotional pain and the blocks, clearing those and stepping into your highest potential. And because finding out what your life purpose is isn't as easy as a tarot card reading, right? It isn't as easy as an energy clearing 1 or 2 things. It takes time. So I'm offering, my next offering is 6-month one-on-one coaching. And so I'm going to post a link down in the comments or down in the caption. And it's going to be for anybody that wants to sign up for a 30-minute discovery session. So what that will be is me talking to you about what you're looking for in the new year and how we can get you there. And it doesn't have to look any way. It needs to look however you create it as we go. So I'm going to create a blueprint for you based on any spiritual hits I get as well. So I'll be working with your guides and your spirit team and everything, and as well as doing this kind of clearing and coaching through. So I have 3 spots open for, I'll probably be starting it next month. So the discovery call will be to see if you will fit in this, because I'm looking for people, and I'm only taking people for this coaching that are ready. You don't have to know what it looks like, but there is a requirement that you are ready, and you'll know if I tell you, are you ready to step into your purpose? And right now your gut says yes, then you're one of the 3. Okay. So I will post the link below, and go and book that discovery session. And if the one-to-one does not work for you, I also have group classes coming up where we're all going to just sit around and have a group and talk to each other, and also do, I think one of them will be an Akashic Records class. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I already have 7 people in one class, so I might split it into 2. I'm thinking of doing 2 classes, which would be, one would be about pain and trauma and clearing that so that you can move into the next step of your life. And the next one would be about life purpose, like really fully stepping into who you are, what you're supposed to be doing, and your unique gifts, skills, and talents. And really grabbing onto that in the new year and starting fresh. So I'm going to post that information in the caption space below. Pop your name in there, click on free discovery session, and I will give you a phone call. Okay, so 2 more cards I'm going to pull. The first one is amazing. The second one is amazing. We have a good reading. So this reading is, this I feel like is the energy for the whole thing. The energy for this whole thing is resting, relaxationing. It's really about not letting the consumer craze of Christmas take control of you. You, my friend, are the one in control, not everyone else, not even your children. You're in control, or they're kind of in control, but you get to pretend you're in control. Okay? So rest and relaxation. This is the overall energy of this entire week. So really tap into, just for the hell of it, see what happens if for this entire week, when you get in a crazed period, drop it all and say, no, I'm not doing any of it. See what happens. What do you got to lose? What do you have to lose? You're living this life on this planet. You do what the hell you want to do, okay? Like I said, be unique, be different. Those are the 2 things I really heard from Spirit about this week. Be unique, be different. Just be yourself. Just do something different that you've never done. See what happens. Just see what happens. I trust you. Just do it. See what happens. Okay, second card I got, 9 of Cups. Look at this amazing card. This is the luck card. This is the Make-A-Wish card. This is whatever fortune that you have coming to you is going to come to you. This is like, so some people call this the fortune card or the wish card, because it's like a little fortune for you, like make a wish and it'll come true. So this goes along great with this, because look at this. This is like taking a vacation right now. Why not take a vacation in the middle of Christmas season and see what happens? Just do it. Just do it. And because look, I mean, this energy is nothing but great and beautiful. It's just taking a back seat and breathing into your beautiful life. This guy's like, look at all my cups. Look at all this love. Look at all this stuff. Look at all this beauty I have in my life. We all have so much beauty in our lives that we are blinding ourselves from by being so hustly bustly all the time. So just breathe into life for a little bit, okay? Third card I got is amazing. The High Priestess. I think I might have got her last time 2 weeks ago when I did the reading. Oh, I can't remember. But this is about the unconscious mind. This is about things going on that we may not be aware of. And this isn't either bad or good things. It's really like, just how do we operate? What are the things that we do on operational that we get used to doing that we're not really checking in with and seeing, hey, how am I operating? And I get to look at that. Like, I really get to open that up and like look at, you know, what is that? What are the processes that I have in place What are they telling me? What am I learning from this experience? That's what I'm hearing right now, is really tapping into, using this rest and relaxation period to tap into what am I doing with the energy that's in my life right now? And reflecting into that. And the number one question to ask any situation that ever happens to you, every relationship you have in your life, is trying to teach you something. So what I'm really hearing for this card is, when you're doing this rest and relaxation test, see if you can do it, asking yourself, what does all of this mean? What does this experience, because when you're doing this rest and relaxation and you're sitting back, all of this stuff will be happening that you'll be looking at, and you'll be going, oh, usually I would respond this way. When I did used to respond that way, what was it teaching me? And now that I'm not doing that, how is it different? And that's what true shifting is about. Seeing how you've operated, how you normally operate, by doing something completely different. As you shift and do something completely that no one else would expect, especially yourself, things will happen and you'll look at them and it will be like a smack in the face, like, whoa, I used to do that, or whoa, or you'll be so open, you'll be like, wow, my first reaction would usually be to do that, but why? Like, let me really think about why I would do that. Because that's where we start to break open and start to break habits. If we're really talking about New Year's resolutions, if you want to break habits and get underneath fears and get underneath why you do the same cycles and the same things, really do something different. I'm really feeling the doing this instead of the hustle bustle. When you step back and take a step back and look at what's happening around you, and you start to realize, wow, this is how I usually respond. Why do I do that? Not only why do I do that, not from a place of shame or blame, but why do I do that from a place of curiosity? Like, and when I used to do that last week, what was it teaching me? And how did it make me feel when I did it? And now that I'm doing it differently, how does it make me feel now? And then you'll be able to have some comparison there. And as you do that, that will create this shift, this space where it's like, oh, okay. I think I used to do that in order to make myself feel better about A, B, or C. And now that I'm not doing that, I realize I don't need to make myself feel better about anything. I'm just, right now, just relaxing and watching a holiday movie, Home Alone or something. So really think about what the holidays are about this week for you, not for everybody else, not what you see on TV, not what commercials are telling you, not when you look next door and you see that the next door neighbor has their lights and everything all perfect and your house is a mess. Not any of that. It's really about, what is it for me? Maybe for me it is, wow, now that I look outside and I see everyone's decorating and I haven't, I realize that I don't even like decorating. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just, like I said, relax with family or whatever. So as you switch up your habits and just to see what happens, because why not? Life is a fertile testing ground for us to do whatever the hell we want to do. That will get you curious about why you did those things and just start to shift. So that is my message for this week. And again, if you want to get in on one of those 3 coaching spots, or if you would like to do the group classes with me, one of them will be life purpose. One of them will be to get into your pain and trauma and heal it yourself, with me facilitating. Book a discovery session and we can have a phone call about what is the best fit for you. Okay, I love you all so much. Have the best week ever. Do the opposite of what you normally do and see what happens. Okay, bye. Have a great week.